Imagine a local business finally upgrading its outdated website. They hire a top-tier agency, pouring thousands of dollars into a sleek, modern, visually stunning digital storefront. Every pixel is polished and every animation is smooth. Launch day arrives, but instead of a flood of new leads, the site goes completely silent. Website traffic craters, and the phone simply stops ringing. It is a frustrating reality for many local business owners. How can a polished, expensive redesign perform significantly worse than the clunky, outdated site it replaced? The problem starts when business owners treat website design and search engine optimization as completely separate projects. They focus entirely on how the site looks to human eyes, ignoring that a website must actually communicate with two completely different audiences at the same time. When visual flair takes priority over underlying structural clarity, the site becomes unusable for the human and unreadable to the search engine algorithm. The beautiful new website is effectively invisible. Let's look at the first audience, the Google crawler. Search engine bots do not experience aesthetics. They do not care about your color palette or your clever animations. They rely entirely on structural code and raw text to understand what you do. This split screen shows exactly why embedding vital service descriptions inside beautifully designed image banners is so destructive. On the left is what a human sees. On the right is what a search engine bot sees. Because the text is not crawlable HTML, all those carefully written service details are reduced to a completely blank box. The crawler also relies on a strict code hierarchy to understand the context of a page. Designers often choose heading sizes, like an H1 or an H3, simply because they like the font size, completely scrambling the page's topical structure. A crawler needs those headings to snap into place as a logical, numbered outline. In the pursuit of a cleaner look, designers will often delete text-heavy service pages and strip out internal links. By doing this, they are actively removing the exact signals and historical content that helped the original site rank in the first place. To make the site appear more like a broad, national brand, they might also scrub away references to specific service areas. For a local business operating in Washington, D.C. or Northern Virginia, stripping away those geographic references destroys the local relevance required to show up in neighborhood search results. What a human user perceives as a sleek, minimalist design is experienced by the algorithmic machine as a starved, contextless void. But even if the algorithm somehow manages to decipher the site, those same bad design choices will quickly drive human customers away. Massive background videos, oversized hero images, and bloated animation scripts carry a heavy technical cost. They cause the page to fail Google's core web vitals, grinding the user experience to a halt under the weight of slow load times. The immediate consequence of a slow site is abandonment. Mobile users, in particular, will bounce to a competitor before the beautiful design ever finishes loading. This happens because businesses often review their redesigns on a large desktop monitor. They completely miss how that wide layout behaves on a smartphone, squishing and overlapping elements and pushing critical interaction points completely off-screen. Once a user actually gets into the site, overly minimal, hidden navigation menus make it incredibly difficult to find basic information. Combine that with vague, clever messaging on the homepage, and visitors are left guessing what the company actually offers. Even if a visitor is finally convinced to hire the business, weak or hidden calls to action stop them in their tracks. Failing to provide a simple click-to-call phone number or putting a massive, complicated form in their way prevents them from taking the final step. If a visitor cannot instantly understand what you do and figure out how to contact you, your beautiful design has successfully eliminated a paying customer. The solution that satisfies both audiences is a concept called search intent. This means every single page on the website is given a specific, deliberate job. A dedicated service page is engineered to feed the crawler relevant local keywords, while simultaneously providing the human user a frictionless path to request a quote. A dedicated location page establishes undeniable geographic relevance for the machine, pinning the business to a specific market, while displaying prominent reviews and trust signals to reassure the local customer. Business owners do not have to choose between an ugly, text-heavy site that ranks well and a beautiful, modern site that no one can find. The code and the aesthetics can merge into a single structure. True modern web design effortlessly marries stunning visual appeal with a flawless, crawlable architecture. It looks professional, it loads fast, and clearly communicates value. This hybrid architecture is exactly what USA Marketing Pros builds natively. They engineer websites from day one to rank high on Google and convert local searchers across the DC area and Northern Virginia. You do not have to sacrifice performance for aesthetics. Visit usamarketingpros.com to stop losing traffic and build a website that commands attention from both the search algorithm